Area. Now, Congressman Long, you are on the President's Council on Reopening the American Economy. What are you hearing from that group that can maybe give us some sort of insight into what happens next in Missouri?
Well, what we're hearing, and it is a bipartisan committee, which is very good, so we can work with the Democrats, and it's really interesting to hear the Democrats on the call with the president and with Larry Kudlow and different folks telling them what a good job that they think that the White House is doing. And one thing we're hearing is that we've got to get people back to work, definitely. And infrastructure is something that I've been on the bandwagon for a long time. And the president mentioned a few days ago that he wants a big infrastructure package. And I think the time has come. This is my 9th year in Congress. I've been there a little over 9 years, I guess, in Congress. And ever since I've been there, infrastructure has gone begging. And so this is a great chance to put a lot of people out there to work and fix the locks and dams and get 5G out there to the rural communities and things so that kids can study out in the country just like the kids in town can study. So we're hearing different things from different parts of the country, as you might imagine. They have different things going on in Washington, the state of Washington, and they do in Oregon and down in Florida and up in Connecticut. So just a wide variety of things. And a lot of these different governors are putting different restrictions on their people. And there's a lot of pushback in states that you wouldn't think. California is really fed up with what their governor has locked them down on out there. So that's the type of thing that we had a call today with Larry Kudlow and everyone on that committee. And it was a very good call to just kind of get, everyone's opinion, Democrat, Republican alike.
Yeah. Congressman, in your district are some of the biggest tourist attractions in the country, really. We're talking Branson, part of the Ozarks. Do you foresee big gatherings taking place this year? And if not, what does the future look like for that region?
I think that depends on the public. I think that if we can get the confidence back in the public that, hey, it's okay to come out, this thing, we were told at first that there's a very good chance that it'll sway or go away in the warmer weather months. So hopefully, and that's when Branson shines, is in the warm weather. It's a great family location, great place to bring the kids. Everyone's welcome, grandma to the newborn baby. And so, yeah, we think that things will come back in the Branson area and come back in a big way. So we're looking forward to getting people back in the theaters down there. Now, they may have to set a row apart or have every other row empty and families, 6 people in one section if they're in one family, then 6 feet over to the next group. But we're a pretty resilient bunch down here in Southwest Missouri, and I think we can make it work.
Yeah, Congressman, viewer question tonight. This one comes from Charles in Rogersville. He writes, now that we have relaxed stay-at-home orders, if we see an uptick in cases, what should the government do to get it under control again? What are your thoughts on that one?
Being on the committee to reopen the government, that's one of the first questions I was asked by a member of the press was, what signs are you looking for to open up the government? And I said, well, just the opposite is true. I'm looking for an uptick to tell us not to reopen or that we need to slow down the reopening process. So if we have anything COVID related in this area, I think that's when we need to back off and reassess. And but this social distancing has been fine. The handshake, I don't think people are hiding a broad axe behind their back anymore. So I think we can do away with the handshake, do away with, standing real close to people all the time.
Yeah, those days may be gone, Congressman.